miserably at video.
What did they live broadcast that video or something?
That's what I was trying to see. It just says off. Is that all they do on Twitch? Is live broadcast or live video games action?
Yeah.
That's all I've ever known it to be.
Some of them are pretty funny.
Yeah, I've never seen them do anything else.
Yeah.
So
We should do one.
a Twitch broadcast.
Yeah. Yeah, when a new game comes out.
Like Call of Duty.
Yeah. Hey. Came out this week or last week, didn't it?
The new one did, yeah.
My headphones are messed up.
Thunder Kiev.
Like, he sounds fuzzy.
Then test them over there. Check them.
I don't know what to do with that.
Fuck. You're gonna have to figure this shit out. Because I got too much other shit I got to worry about than
Well, maybe
your
if you would
fucking
tell me.
headphones.
Is he going into right there? Look where the cord's going into.
Follow
And
your
there should be a
cord back.
knob. You can play around with it.
Please don't fuck things up around that laptop. I do what I want. No, not really. That'd be your paycheck. Any better?
No.
Any better?
No.
I don't know what your headphones sound like, so I don't know what you're hearing.
I got it.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Are you good now? Is everybody else good?
Yeah.
Everybody else fine? All right.
Are those the ones that were with me last week? Because I think those are just the headphones now.
If it's the ones that I had last week,
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Get some mood lighting.
More dildos.
They just slowly sprout from the wall.
Maybe I'm full of shit. Maybe I'm thinking Thunderkeep is someone else.
I don't know.
Um,
They're
It'll work.
awesomely slow. Heavy.
Super fucking super slow, like drony sludge.
Yeah.
Dum, dum.
yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to find that ground.
Yeah.
They have a huge setup too.
Like
all-
sun.
Oh, it's all green.
Measures like, oh, it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have just what is it? Dusty works for Worshipper, so
There's
There
the
we
ground.
go.
they have tons of Worshipper cabs at their disposal and all that.
Oh, so much better. Sheesh.
What was it?
It was the other rack. I guess I have one of these cables are open. They're just
Oh.
not tied down to the snake. So, or whatever's tied down to the snake is open. Ah, so much better. All right, we ready to fire this thing up?
Yeah.
I don't know what we're gonna talk
Headphones
about.
suck.
Yeah.
We'll stop this.
Talk about Kevin Spacey.
Probably.
You just broke the chair,
Corbin just
man.
broke the chair.
That's the trick
That's
chair.
already
That
fucked.
happens.
Sorry, man. I should have warned you about that.
Are you gonna change the camera around? Okay.
Turn me up. I can't hear myself.
Wait. Huh?
I can't hear myself.
You're in control of your volume over there.
That's retarded. I don't care.
That right there controls your volume. So
Which
whatever
knob?
knobs you're over there twisting, that's your volume.
There's one knob.
One of them says vol,
Yeah.
or
All it is one knob
Volume.
going to your output.
I quit.
and that's it.
Jesus Christ, thank you.
Monolord.
I mean, you do know how to troubleshoot and figure shit out, right?
Nope.
In life? No?
Nope.
Even Aiden knows how to do that.
Well,
Monolord.
The loop was starting.
Monolord.
All right, let's start this up. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Good.
This is probably going to kill our ears. You ready? I'm going to turn it down.
This episode of the Jerry Jonestown Massacre is brought to you by
Guys Note.
You ready? We're getting the cue?
ready,
There's some serious business right here.
This program contains graphic material, including offensive language. Viewer discretion is advised.
So the intention here was to have a conversation. We're going to choose an interesting person to ask interesting questions, and I would respond with interesting answers, and you would have an interesting piece of audio to listen to. And the more I thought about it, the less interesting that concept became.
Swaying back and forth. A beautiful thing taking me away. All of my most sensitive areas were inflamed. My extremities pulsated with tingling sensations.
Emergency brake.
False start.
Live from the Temple of High, it's the Jerry Jonestown Massacre!
Show number 235. It is Tuesday, November 7th, 2017, Election Day.
Do we have anything important to vote on this time?
I don't know. You're the one who votes.
Yeah.
You're the one who got this.
That shows how good of
this guy in the office.
Representation our podcast has at the voting booth.
And what you just heard is a little preview of something to come.
Yeah.
We're going to play that song in its entirety by about midway through the show.
Yeah.
But that was the boys from Orcanaut who are
Yes.
joining us this evening. Say a quick hello.
Hello.
What's up?
What's up?
If you'll remember, we had them on before, and we had a quickie. Like, it felt like a one-night stand.
It did.
That one of those ones that you kind of you're like, oh man.
I felt used and violated and
just they came in for a quickie.
Rode hard and put away wet.
Yeah.
That's the way I felt.
And then ever since they left, I'm like, man, we really like them boys. We should have them back on.
But we know it's a treacherous drive between here and Denton.
A lot of cops between here and there.
Yeah, Roanoke.
Yeah, Roanoke's a bitch. Then Keller.
Do y'all drive down 377 or do the 35 route?
We did this time. We went 377 because there was a wreck on 35 and 820. And we heard that about halfway through. We were like, maybe we should take 377. And then we're like, okay, we made a good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually it's 35.
Just go back
sucks
35.
right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you'll have a few more beers in your system.
Yeah. Drive fast.
That's where I got my Dewey was Keller. Fuck that place. Fuck you, Keller.
That's going to be another topic of conversation later.
DWIs?
No, I've got
And
a list.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
reveal.
About cities?
Yeah, later on through the show.
Hey, Dustin, happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, Matt. I don't have the soundboard up, so it's just
Hey,
you.
Ulrich, happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, Matt.
Cameron, happy Tuesday.
Hey, Matt. Happy Tuesday.
Thanks. Corbin?
Keep this going, because I
Happy
get to
Tuesday.
play with the levels.
Happy Tuesday, dude.
Hayden? Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, man.
And Jake? Oh.
Oh.
Happy Tuesday to you too.
Oh, we didn't say anything about that earlier. Are we allowed to talk about this? Or
We
is there
haven't announced it.
We haven't announced it
You
yet.
haven't?
Is that the first delete or the edit?
We got to
Mark
it.
it?
Time to go back and delete.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, we can. It doesn't matter. I
It's
don't,
about-
I
it's
don't
not
mind
anyway.
talking about it.
I hung out with him yesterday. Everything's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Good. It's always dicey.
Well, I guess to clue everyone in, he's no longer with you guys.
No.
That's right.
He's got one.
He's
what,
alive.
one more show or two
He's
more
alive.
shows?
Yeah.
Oh no, we're got
No.
a fill-in that we've been working with for the past couple shows.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So you are officially divorced.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Who got the pets? Did y'all get to keep the pets?
Yeah.
I guess
actually.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say that. I would say that.
I like how we just make the show right off the bat awkward.
Well, let's make it even more awkward. Like, since it was on good terms, did he load all his gear out at once? Or has there been many trips back and forth to the studio? And
Before it even happened, he started loading his stuff out.
Oh, he did?
All right, okay.
Did you get an idea? Like,
Yeah, we
he's
kinda- we had
taking
a
pretty
things
good
here
idea.
and there. What's
Yeah.
going on here?
Yeah.
there was that, and we were like, okay. So.
There were some
All right.
conversations.
Y'all were walking in, and he had a box.
And there's the flower vase and the
Yeah.
picture of the family.
The family picture, yeah.
And like-
Goldfish.
yeah,
So,
goldfish.
the red stapler that he likes.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't have a big stance to where he goes, "Who's going with me?"
No.
And then
That
picked up
would've-
some.
Here's next time.
Secretary.
Okay, I'm going to make a suggestion, and this is not just to y'all, but for all bands. When a member's going to leave the band, do it like the Fuss. Just do that. That's awesome.
What happened?
I'm sorry.
I forgot what they
Didn't
did.
they quit on stage at Lola's?
They all got mad at each other and threw instruments at each other and just walked away.
Yeah, which is funny because they're about to play a show.
Yeah.
But yeah, next
Sounds like
time.
the Brian Jonestown Massacre.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly. Dude,
Quit every other week.
Mhm.
And yeah.
Hey guys, I was gonna save this for later.
There we go.
He's gonna do it on the podcast. That'd been gnarly.
I've got witnesses.
We've
Yeah.
got another band that lost a member this week.
Who?
We'll get to that later too.
Oh.
They released a press release.
Oh,
Did you see that?
yeah, I did.
Did you read the press release?
I haven't.
I think
Is
should
Ulrich
have-
gonna have to do it?
I think Ulrich should read it.
I should.
Yeah, it's in our drive.
I
The-
see it.
You do? Yeah, you'll have to
Synced
read
it.
it later.
You better start reading copy now.
Yeah.
That looks lengthy. A lot of
It's a full blown
legalese in it.
Too.
There's a lot of legalese in it.
All I see is 3 words
Huh?
Huh?
on the Google. Wait,
On the whoa,
On the goat.
is that Google Drive?
the Google Drive.
Oh, I'm stupid. Never mind.
No, you go into the thing and there's a. It says
I get it. I get it. I get it.
press release
I
down
get
there.
it.
Anyway,
I get it. I get it.
Did our settings get changed or something? Because it sounds weird in here.
like, how does it sound?
You know what it is? I bet it's we don't have the AC running for the first time.
The AC
That's what it
not
is.
running because it's cold and
Yeah.
it's very dead in here now.
Yeah.
There's not a
I'm gonna
constant
turn
hum
the
in the
fan on in
background.
here.
Feels good in here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's warm.
Why
it is.
My
We need
headphones
feedback
are
or
so
something.
fuzz.
You want a constant
There
low
we go.
level hum or buzz?
Yeah. Here we go.
Should we plug in a mic and just point at the fan so there's a constant
Yeah.
wind blow of?
Yeah.
It's,
No, we
It's
sound
weird.
like-
It's in Texas. We usually don't do the show without the AC, but we finally get to.
yeah, it's dead in
God.
here.
Yeah. What do you think about the 3 days we've had in November that were over 90, close to 95?
no, that's
3 of those
sucks.
days.
Sucks.
It's
We played
insane.
Yeah,
It's
Sunday.
terrible.
Sunday
Yeah.
we were out at Gas Monkey, just standing there on stage, just sweating.
3 p.m.
That's a hot
Sweating.
stage
At-
too.
Yeah.
At the
Yeah.
bar,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
outside stage.
Yeah.
That's a hot stage.
Sun directly
Yep.
in your eyes.
Oh, it was
Hitting
Our
you right
guitars were going out of tune
Mhm.
because they'd never see the light of sun.
Yep.
And
As they
I'm
should.
surprised they
Yeah,
didn't
they should.
catch burst of flames.
You're right.
I'm surprised
like
y'all
it.
didn't.
My amp did. My amp blew
Yeah,
up.
his-
on
his-
Really?
Snapchat.
Oh,
Yeah.
What time was it? Was your show?
3 p.m.
Man,
Yeah.
I didn't even
I have
think you
to
guys got
specify
up that early.
PM.
We usually
We
No. It was hard getting up.
We made an exception.
I forgot
Yeah.
your amp shat
Yeah.
out on you.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
sucks.
I had to use
Just completely pooped out in the middle of the set, or was it?
Sound check.
Luckily,
Sound
sound
check?
check. I had 2 hours to ask somebody for an amp, so I asked the guys from Royal. Was it Royal Sons?
Royal
Yeah.
Sons.
Royal
yeah,
Sons,
yeah.
and they were nice enough. I mean, it took them a while. They hesitated. I'm like, we
Yeah.
don't want to let them use our amp.
If we got kicked out of where we went, we already had a backup plan. We were going to come show up, but
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
What you could have done was we could have hollered at us. We could have told you their weak spots and which needs to kick in,
especially the
before
Royal
the
Sons.
guitar.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Could have kept it all.
Johnny or Chad
Just
we
kept
could
all
have
their
told you,
gear.
just-
Those boys have nice gear
Well,
too.
we had Corbin just
Yeah,
take
he-
off his shirt and start rubbing his nipples, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna,
Oh,
yeah.
in totally.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely
Like,
what
all
I
right, you got it."
You like what you see?
Did you like
Because I
tape?
like what I see.
Did
Uh,
you no
that's
milk?
between me and him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so y'all had to get up early, huh?
Yeah.
For 3 p.m. set.
Yeah.
Leave at noon.
Whew.
There by 1.
And y'all played Saturday night.
Yeah.
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 Who was the most hungover for the 3 p.m. show?
Probably me, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not feeling it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and, like hanging out with Brooks the whole night before.
you had to catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
We don't get to see him often enough.
I
so,
know.
you know.
We were just talking about that too. We're like, man,
We were talking about that on
Brooks-
Sunday.
Yeah.
And we didn't know that they'd played that Saturday show. And we're like, man, what is going on with them? We haven't seen anything.
is Brooks just really busy with Far Beyond and the new kid, or From Beyond?
Yeah.
Yeah, mainly
Far
the new
Beyond.
kid. Far
That's his
Beyond.
cover. That's his Pantera cover band. You don't know about
Right.
yet.
And the album's called Far Beyond with the New
From
Kid.
Beyond. Yeah,
Far Beyond with the new
Far
kid.
Beyond
Yeah,
with
the new kid. Yeah.
that's genius.
That is. I like that album
So,
cover.
so how's
Or
he
title.
doing?
He's good. He's
Yeah.
good,
I think he got a new house too.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
moved.
Get him, man.
Yeah.
New kid, new house.
Yeah, they did that all at the same,
the same
time.
time.
And he was talking about how that was the stupidest idea in the world.
I love
like,
his
yeah.
bluntness.
Yeah.
You know what's awesome is following him on social media. Like seeing him bitch about his job.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome. Makes me feel good about life.
I like how he always changes his Facebook name.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want his coworkers
Yeah.
finding him. Yeah.
Yeah, like now I think it's spelled backwards.
Yeah.
and it's not his real name; it's his name that he had before, but it's spelt backwards, I believe.
Yeah.
So
I assume none of his coworkers listen.
Yeah,
listen
I'm
to this.
assuming.
Jesus Christ, I hope not. All
We
of a sudden
just
it gets
outed you.
busted.
Oh my
Like,
God.
sorry, Brooks. We just
Yeah, me
outed
and Brooks were doing mounds of blow the other day.
you.
Sorry, Brooks. Sorry about your job.
Sorry about your job.
You know, honestly, like when I talk to him, though, honestly, it wouldn't be that big a deal.
No.
He'd be,
Thanks for saving me.
yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be pissed at first. I'm like, well, what are you gonna do now? I'll probably go play hockey. Okay.
Is that
Why
a
not?
default thing to go to?
For him,
Hockey?
yeah. Him and his wife even played hockey. I don't know. If she, I wonder if
I
she
had no
still
idea.
does.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, he was telling me one time at Caves, I think that like she even played, and I was like, I bet you his wife could beat my ass.
Mm.
I was like, I know
Yeah.
Brooks could, especially on ice. I'd have zero chance on ice with Brooks.
I had no idea he played hockey.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a hockey dude.
Wow.
Scary.
I just want to see Matt on ice.
Yeah,
It's like a
Shaky
Disney
knees.
musical. Coming to town.
it's a lot like
Matt
that
on ice.
Will Ferrell movie where he's the
Blades of Glory.
Blades of Glory when he
Yeah.
starts throwing up in his mat, like in the mask.
Yeah,
It's a lot like that.
because you're drinking inside your
Yeah.
outfit.
Yeah, to get the courage to do it.
That movie has come up so much in the course of the last week.
Really, in your
Yeah.
life or
Yeah,
just
in my
period?
life. Just
Yeah.
people talking about it,
Blades of
referencing it.
Glory?
I'm like, why? Out of all movies right now, Blades of Glory.
You want me to go old school on you? What else was named Blades of Glory?
The Blades of Steel.
Blades of Steel. Fucked it up. All right. Well, what am I talking about?
Konami's first hockey game.
With
on
Fight!
NES. Fight!
Fight. Do y'all remember that? That's
No.
way before y'all's time.
Blades of Steel?
Blades
Yeah.
of Steel was awesome.
It was
So
like the
Slapshot era, or
it was after that.
Yeah, it was after that. It was on
It was
the
the-
first.
It was the first
Nintendo.
console. Yeah, first generation
first
Nintendo.
NES,
It was. I
okay.
think it was only like the second hockey game made by them, wasn't it?
I
or
thought it
for
was the
Nintendo.
first one.
Well, there's always
But
Really?
yeah.
NES hockey.
Yeah.
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 Oh,
I've got
yeah,
that
there
one.
was
I think
That
it was
one's
after
good.
that. I think it was after NES hockey.
I forgot about that because that's where you have the choice of being the fat guy, the middle guy. Or the
Yeah.
Yeah. But this one was cool. They were the first ones that had a fight in the game, like a sports fight.
Really?
Everybody, so you had to get it, and it was funny because they would always go fight.
And it was just side scroller coming at each other, and you
Yeah.
would you'd hit the button as fast as you can. The guy just be like,
Yeah, but it was rad back then. That's all we had, man.
It was rad.
Yeah. Yeah,
Now you
Good
play
hockey
like
talk.
NHL. What year is this? 2017.
yeah, it's out of
And-
control now.
Or 2018. Yeah, the
Looks
fights
like
are
it-
crazy.
Yeah,
I
They're
can't even,
Mortal Kombat fights.
I can't even play
Yeah.
video games anymore.
yeah.
He's the
No.
best at the NHL hockey fights.
Yeah, dude.
In real life or in the games?
In the games.
Oh man. So what are you gaming now? Since you're into gaming, are you the only gamer? You play games too, don't you,
Yeah,
Cameron?
yeah. I kind of.
You've
I wait
given
a
it the
while.
full bird, Aiden.
I dabble, but nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like my dad back in the day. He played in television with me. That was it. So what do you play now?
That was the devil.
I got the new Call of Duty and realized I fucking hate it, dude.
Why? See, I got
It's the same shit.
it rinse
Yeah.
and repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard it was going to be a complete overhaul.
Yeah, it's
Not
no. That seems the
Man.
same to me.
Like, what was the last
Of
one
course,
we were
how do you
playing? Or what did we geek out
overhaul
on?
a first-person shooter? Same shit.
For like 2 months, we geeked out hard on it. Right when you moved in.
3? Black Ops 3?
Yeah, Black Ops. Is it better than Black Ops 3 at least?
I don't know. I stopped.
You're just
playing.
done with it, aren't
After
you?
like, yeah, I only got this one because it was like World War II again. So I was like, all right, cool. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna
Storm
be good
Normandy.
again. And it's like, yeah, the same.
Did you play Battlefield?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Battlefield?
not as good as Battlefield.
It's not?
It's not.
Even the multiplayer?
No.
Battlefield
Huh.
was fun. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
in my
I
opinion.
I guess I'm just one of those like people that don't like to think about shit because I don't mind the rinse and repeat to a certain extent. Then I'm like, once I bottom out on it, I'm done.
But you're also like one of the only people that play the Call of Duty storylines.
I do.
And go all the
I
way
enjoy
through
those.
it. You're like, yeah, that was fantastic
I
storytelling.
do enjoy
You're
it.
like,
It's a real short
it was
conversation
awesome
with you.
when
Ben.
Kevin Spacey was in it.
Whoa, I forgot about that.
Oh, shit.
And he was like,
Yeah.
over there's a good high school. And
Yeah.
That's the level that you gotta. That's the expanded package that they have now for Call of Duty 2 or whatever, or Black Ops 2 or something. It's a Kevin Spacey level where you're running around a aircraft carrier with your pants down, and he's running after you.
So he was in that futuristic one where
wasn't that Black Ops 2?
I thought it was Advanced Warfare.
Was it Advanced Warfare? Yeah.
And
And they had that band play a song like in the middle or at the end of it. Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, great.
They did a video. At the, oh, yeah. Never mind. You don't do campaign.
But wasn't he making mechanized men
yeah,
warriors?
I think he was.
See,
Wow.
he wanted robot blowjobs.
Yeah, he did.
So he was just letting people know all along, wasn't he?
Mhm.
He's like putting little hints. Did you hear the news story about him and
Here we
Dreyfus's son?
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. What's Dreyfus's first name?
Richard?
Richard Dreyfuss. Yeah. Apparently they were
Dick
doing some
Dreyfuss?
read-throughs. I heard this on the ticket and then Googled it and stuff. And hell yeah. There's a story about Dreyfus went out of the room or something. And while he's out of the room, Spacey's trying to get his 14-year-old son, or 18 or somewhere in there. It wasn't as young as...
Pick an age.
it
12?
was he's older
4?
now. He's like I can't remember when this happened. But when he was reading lines, he was a minor though.
Jeez.
When they were reading lines and Dreyfus left the room, and then apparently he went after Dreyfus's son.
Wow.
It's chaos, man.
Wow.
Chaos.
Yeah,
What about-
I don't think House of Cards is coming back.
No.
Now,
Yeah.
you know,
Keeps
last week
getting
we were
worse.
talking like it'll come back. You know, they'll finish production because they were pretty close to finishing up production of this season. They just had
Yeah.
some other stuff to do. It has, you know, they'll kill him off or something. Yeah, it's done.
They're not even going to mess with it.
No, I think Netflix is actually going out of business because
Of
this.
that.
Shit. Yeah, because wasn't that their like first real big TV series?
I think it was,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the
Now
one
they
that
got.
them
I
on
think
the map.
this December
Stranger
they
Things
have
is
that. They
killing
have
them.
that big.
Oh, yeah.
They have that big Will Smith release coming out in December. It's supposed to break records. Like I think it's the
Oh,
highest paid.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Is
It's
this
like
the shit
futuristic-
where he's got some
It's like an
magic
LA cop.
sword?
It looks like a cross between World of Warcraft and LAPD, like live. Like it's a cop show, but it's
It's fantasy cops.
yeah, fantasy cops.
Wasn't that Judge Dredd?
Yeah, it looks a little hokier than Judge Dredd.
Wow. Okay.
Like they're saying
Seriously.
it's supposed to be amazing, and they spent a ton. I think he made like $98 million or something from it.
Jesus.
So it's like he broke the record with what Netflix had paid out for an actor, and so it better be good. Someone's gonna lose a job.
All
If it
the
sucks.
previews I've seen, they always show previews during football, and all the ones I've seen, it looks cheesy as shit because they're like at a standoff, and some guy's about to commit suicide, and he's like, "I got a sword or a wand or whatever the fuck."
Yeah,
it is.
no, there's a
He's like,
wand. I think
I can shoot
Yeah,
him
it's-
with rainbows.
it's like
Yeah.
Gandalf and remember Cobra, the old
Cobra
Sylvester-
Commander.
Cobra Commander.
Sylvester Stallone in Cobra.
Oh.
Don't remember that in the 80s?
Why don't they bring back another live action GI Joe?
I
Mm.
don't know.
It'd be great. It's easy to do. You just
Sure.
throw a blue mask
Yeah.
over one guy and a stainless steel
Doesn't
helmet on another.
Doesn't Netflix have another series with Mike Patton that did the score, or a movie where Mike Patton did the score?
We talked about that last
1922 or
and the week
1934.
Yeah, Stephen King.
Yeah. Y'all watched
was
that
a
yet?
Good movie.
Is
Yeah.
it good?
Yeah.
We played the trailer, didn't we?
Yeah,
Oh, is that out?
We did.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's out.
I liked it.
yeah, it's out.
Yeah.
I thought it was a series too. I went home
Oh, yeah,
talking
you were
about. I
watching
can't
it.
wait to see the
Yeah.
series that Mike Patton did the whole score on. Did
a-
all the sound.
It's a really
And Brittany was like, "You dumbass!" At the movie, we talked about this the other day.
So if we're gonna go down this Netflix path,
You got more?
I'm on episode 7 of Mindhunter.
What'd you think of that first
Yeah.
episode?
Oh man.
That first 5
first
minutes
scene,
was
first
amazing.
5 minutes. Yeah,
I don't talk about that too much because
I finished it.
I binge watched it.
Yeah,
You
I
did?
haven't seen like
Yeah.
the first one.
So I started it today and I made it to episode 7.
yeah.
Damn.
I think it really bulk watching a show like that is not good for your psyche,
No,
At
you
all.
become paranoid.
and you're in a very weird
Yeah.
mood and place.
No,
That's
yeah,
kinda
I
where
almost,
I am
kicked,
right
I almost
now.
kicked Ulrich out of the house when I started watching it. I was like, "Oh, there's too many things." And then I was like, "Wait a second, those are the same things that you do."
Me?
Wow. No, me. Yeah, you too. All my friends. Like when they go visit the prisoner, you've done that, right? Where are you at? How far can I say?
You
I mean, shut the fuck up. I'll just shut the fuck up.
Earmuffs.
Earmuffs, Hayden.
Hello, Matt. You
Yeah.
know how hard it is
That guy's
to...
such a weird actor. Oh, he's about to come back.
You know
too.
how weird it is to butcher humans?
Does that remind you of Bigfoot?
No.
You ever seen him? Never mind.
No, that guy's on his own plane. But
Yeah.
yeah, that
Ed Kemper?
yeah.
Yeah, Ed Kemper.
Dude, it's so close to the real interview.
Was he that large of a man too?
Yes, he was bigger.
Really?
Yeah.
Then they
He was
portrayed him.
6'7", I
Is he
think.
dead now? I thought he was still in that
He might-
California
I think he's
facility.
still-
Googler.
I think he's alive.
Serial killer talk.
Yeah, because he's still doing voiceovers. Like he does voiceover work for he just
does?
reads books.
Ed Kemper
really?
does?
Yeah, I mean you heard.
Wow.
I wanna
So
find
wait a
that,
second. I can go to Audible.
You
and
can go hear a
download
book read by Ed Kemper.
You think we
Really?
can get him on the podcast?
Do it.
From yeah,
And
you
he
could.
probably just.
I
tell
bet
us
you last
everything
podcast. Oh,
we
that
wanted.
looks. Oh my gosh!
It looks just like him.
It does. Wow.
He sounds like a George Lucas that got punched in the throat a little bit. They have the same voice.
He is still alive. He's 68 years old.
And he
Born
does
December
books.
1948.
Yeah.
Burbank,
I mean,
California.
That's
6'9".
Yeah,
That is weird.
you should watch the interviews with him. And like they in Mindhunter, they did it just about word for word
How he
how he like
explained it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole cutting your mom's head off and whoa.
Yep.
Yeah. That was weird.
Yep.
I don't recommend that.
Yeah, you don't get your mom back when
Yeah.
you do that.
No.
No.
Have you seen Manhunt, the Unabomber story?
No.
It's amazing.
Is it on Netflix?
Yeah, because I
I
thought
wanna
I
watch
had.
it.
He accidentally watched a whole series.
I watched
because
that
of
whole
me.
series because I thought I had Mindhunter on there, and I had the whole series on my iPad.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh well, shit, I'll just roll through it because I'm interested in the Unabomber and
Yeah.
the story and crap, and
Yeah.
it's kind of done the same way. It's all
Mm-hmm.
reenacted, supposedly straight how the books were said and everything, and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's great. And
Gary was on fire for the Lord on that one.
I discovered that I share a lot of the same thoughts and views.
That's exactly what Gary said too.
He did, and
That the
it kind of
Unabomber-
made me. If he wouldn't have mailed off bombs, if he would have waited a few years for
You'd,
the
you'd
internet
be into
to
his
explode,
band. You'd be into his band.
you would have heard about his shit everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. All he wanted was publicity.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Oklahoma City, like Timothy McVeigh.
No,
I was like,
no,
you
no,
share
no.
a lot of views.
Kaczynski.
No.
That's
Yeah,
that's
that was.
MK
I bet you.
Ultra.
I wouldn't
I
be
was alarmed
surprised
for a
if that's not, if Netflix doesn't have that lined up though.
Oh,
The Oklahoma
yeah. Oh, yeah.
City.
That'd be cool. Oh, there.
Yeah,
is
that'd be
one.
cool.
Yeah.
That you know
There
what's
is-
crazy?
There
You
is
know
one
what I
just called
remember?
Oklahoma City or something.
You know what I remember
Maybe it's not
about the Oklahoma City bombing? It was my first year out of high school, and I was going to college at the time, TCJC, and they would not stop the Edge. Remember the Edge 90 when it was 94.5?
Yeah.
They would not stop playing when the lightning crash and no mother dies.
Why are you
And
playing a song about
clips.
abortion
I had no idea. It made no sense at all.
and birth
It didn't make any sense at all.
and death? Abortion, birth, and death during a building bombing.
There was a daycare.
That's true.
In there was
Yeah.
a lot of kids.
But did the building explode and someone delivered a baby at the same time? Probably.
You never know.
But
Was there a lightning storm that we didn't know about? I'm pretty sure it was clear that day. I know it was here.
I think the term lightning crash isn't literal. I
Oh,
think
okay.
it's
Might have been
just a-
metaphorical for
It's
that.
metaphorical for the
Okay,
That's deep.
that is deep.
Yeah.
You ever thought about it?
Maybe next week we'll break down those lyrics line by line.
Yeah, man, he looks scary. I bet you. Have you guys listened to that? We've talked about this podcast a few times on our show called "The Last Pod on the Left." The last podcast. Have y'all listened to that?
Yeah.
We went to go
It's
see
good.
them live.
Yeah, we saw him.
Yeah, where'd they put? Did they do that here?
At
Texas
Verizon.
At Verizon?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
Texas
They,
Theater.
but
Man.
I thought they also did.
How long ago was
Yeah,
that?
that was just Texas.
It's
They
just-
might have
it's
done
okay.
one before, but
You guys should have invited us. They weren't even on my radar then. I
It
don't
was
think.
sold out.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're big time. They tour and stuff.
Yeah. I did a poster for them.
It
Oh,
was-
you did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know the guys involved and everything, and like,
I just
can we
mailed it. to
advance
them.
our podcast career through you at all?
I mean, we're kind of like doing a little meshing right now.
Yeah, we
with,
should.
Mindhunter.
Yeah.
But I don't know them personally at all.
no.
There's a certain search engines where it compares podcasts, and we come up. I think probably just because of our name, we come up with them and Joe
Yeah.
Rogan.
Yeah. And the Duncan Trussell Family Hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duncan
Except
was awesome.
the thing is, those guys actually do some research.
Yeah,
like
It's
they
40 hours plus.
It's
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
and
interesting.
what's cool, they pick a topic and they all go nuts on it, and they divide it up between weeks, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Did you guys listen to the pig killer or the pig farmer? Pigton, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a 4-parter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
That
actually
was
listening
interesting.
to the L. Ron Hubbard one right now. I'm on part 3.
Yeah.
I
that
think it's my
fun.
third time to listen to it.
Yeah, I think we've both listened to every episode like more than twice.
Yeah.
They're interesting, man. They're interesting.
You always
The-
pick up something new.
Yeah, the one that we were geeking out on the other night that I couldn't remember was the one on manifestos. How cheesy some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, old
Like, what's that
Ted's
one
is
kid? Elliot. Roger Elliot.
Roger Elliot.
Yeah.
Was he the one with the skateboards? I couldn't ollie as high as all the kids.
Yeah,
and
he
then
was the one with the
would kick
beamer,
me
and
in
he's
the
like,
nuts.
everyone just hates me. I'm
Yeah.
the supreme male.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little bitch.
So,
The bitch of the manifestos.
do y'all ever listen to like 99% Invisible, Roman Mars, the stuff he does?
No.
It's a design podcast. It's short. It's about 20 to 30 minutes, but it's all about like design in the real world and stuff. And it's the stories are pretty cool. But he runs Radiotopia. It's his podcast network. And on there is they have a series called Showcase. And the first series of Showcase was 5 episodes about listening and audio and how you hear things. And I forgot who it was, but it was a guitarist for some old band. But he went into how things went from analog to digital, why it did it, what happened in the process, and how it affects people. And it was a really cool series through that 5. But now they're doing one about the video game Polybius. You ever heard about that?
No.
It's a video game that has a crazy urban legend. It was a stand-up old arcade game, and it showed up in Oregon, and it's been it's a lot of people have said it was used for CIA mind control.
Interesting.
Like, if you went in there and played it and stuff, and they're trying to trace down the box and figure out if the game really existed.
Yeah.
Who made it?
No.
You know, they're trying to
Who was
find
it?
boards and stuff. It's pretty rad. I'm in the middle of it because it's still going weekly. But
Crazy.
You remember when there was a video game that was about that shooting up in Colorado, the trench coat kids? Columbine.
Oh, Columbine.
Yeah, remember? Wasn't there a video
It's
game
called
that came-
Trenchcoat Kids.
Trenchcoat Kids.
Yeah.
Was it?
No.
Battletoads? Or?
Are y'all messing with me?
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
But then there was also one that came out and that was apparently you had to know who to talk to get these games about getting out of the World Trade Center as well.
Oh, shit.
Like there were. Is this all new to y'all? Y'all have never heard of any of this?
Never heard of this.
Yeah, but
I was
those
hoping y'all would shed light on some of
those
this.
are probably homebrew games. They weren't like mass produced or anything.
Yeah, were they like 8-bit
Yeah.
or like actual?
I don't remember. I just remember reading about them and how they would always use those as examples when like Congress would go to try to outlaw like war game, like your typical game. They would always bring in these games like about Columbine or the World Trade Center, and there was another one too. I can't remember. Like
State of Emergency was one they went nuts off. Do you remember that one?
That might have been the one I'm thinking
That's
of.
the one Rockstar put out where basically you're put in different scenarios and you have to kill everybody around you. So like they put you in a mall.
Yeah.
And you just run around and shoot everybody.
Yeah.
And you have to do it before security catches you or whatever. And it's just massive mayhem.
Yeah.
And they put you on the street and they put you in a concert. And
Yeah.
They put you, I had that one. I think I still have it. And I'm
Really?
wondering if it will.
Was it for what platform was it for?
PlayStation 2.
Probably got some resale value.
I bet it
Yeah,
does
I'm
too.
wondering,
Yeah.
because they put it out for a little bit. I bought it and like it was only out for like 2 or 3 weeks before
Yeah.
they pulled it.
Damn.
But yeah, State of
Well,
Emergency
have you
is
seen the
crazy.
documentary about that game, that Fallujah game, 4 Days in Fallujah or 5 Days in Fallujah? Have you seen the documentary about that?
No.
It's basically they were about to release it, and then all the funding got pulled because of it got caught in politics, and it basically was the platform for they used it to develop one of the Call of Duties. So
really,
yeah. Look up 4 days or 5 days in Fallujah. I can't remember which one, but It's interesting. There's a documentary about it too. I saw it on Reddit. You guys do Reddit a lot?
Yeah.
Not really.
It's cool.
No,
Not anymore.
not anymore.
I like going to the subreddit movie details. That's fun.
I remember that subreddit, Dragons Fucking Cars.
That one's
Yeah.
fun.
It's just dragons fucking cars.
Yeah.
Our favorite was the butt Sharpie challenge.
Yeah,
there
butt
for a
Sharpies.
while.
And then dad jokes. I love the
Indeed.
dad
Dad
joke.
jokes is good.
Yeah.
Subreddit. And then the uncle jokes. Like the pedophile jokes.
Oh God.
It was called the I think it
course
was
you'd find that
the
funny.
Daily Uncle jokes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I admin that subreddit.
He's got a whole spacey thing going now. Like the spacey sub. There's I bet you anything. There's a spacey subreddit now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there has to be.
Well, cool.
Man,
cool
it's
talk
kinda
about games.
Yeah, games and
So what'd you
Netflix.
do? What was you took something out of the notes?
I did.
What you didn't want to talk about it?
Yeah, we can.
You want to talk about the Cowboy game?
Yeah.
A lot of people are asking me about it.
Wait, hold up. My headphones took a dookie, so we got a new one.
Somewhere.
Somewhere. I'm not stopping the
see.
show to go hunt down headphones,
should.
though.
Let's
No.
see.
You should.
How about invest in some and bring them?
I'm not getting any money out of this damn
He's got to.
podcast.
He's got to get paid by the record store before he can start buying stuff.
You don't get.
And I'm worried about paying him right
You don't
now
get money
because
for good grades?
like then I'd have to pay him minimum
like a
wage,
33.
and there's 0% chance I could afford minimum wage right now.
Play with the cord going into that end.
We used to have some blue ones and some red ones, some like
I don't
funky
know. There
colored
may be
ones.
some over there in that.
Did they just go completely
cabinet,
out?
But
They like keep going in and out.
Yeah, that's what I had at the bar the other night. You just got to bear with it.
all right, so
I'm
let's
out.
stop down the show for that.
We should. God, you're a dick.
I didn't stop it down when we were at billiards last week for Halloween.
See,
Yeah, well,
professional.
I fought through it.
Well, I'm
Professional.
I'm a spoiled pussy, so
Sometimes you got to fight through things.
I do what I
Gross.
want.
You smell like spoiled cottage cheese.
Yes, that's exactly what I
So the
thought
reason
it
we
was.
couldn't make it out to your show before we had you on was we went to the Cowboy game.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, this was the way to see it too. I've always gone and gotten beaten down by the drunkos and the I'm tired, just the Bud Light Jaeger guys
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff. But this was nice. Dustin treated me.
Yeah, you went out as my assistant this time around. We went out there at what? Freaking
It was
10
early.
a.m.?
Yeah, 10.
You guys got up earlier than us.
Yeah.
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 God.
We
The same condition too, probably.
Yeah, I believe it.
You got to see how early I have to get out there. That was a 3:25 kickoff.
Yeah.
I had to be there by 10:30.
So what time do you have to get up when you go and when there's a noon game?
There's a noon game. It depends. Do I go straight to the stadium or do I go to Frisco and ride the bus in?
Let's say you had to ride the bus in.
I will be there around 5 a.m.
Good
Oh my
gosh,
God.
almighty,
5:30ish.
dude.
Yeah,
I bet you don't want to deal with anything
that's why I have a parking place out there
at
at the stadium.
Yeah.
Did you like that?
I did like it.
Just getting out and walking
Yeah.
right in.
I like the whole thing, man.
So
It was
yeah,
awesome.
I was wondering what your take would be like because I made you work.
Yeah. Well, at first I thought I was about to quit when we started running all
You're
over
about
the
to
stadium.
Throw an Ulrich.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm a spoiled pussy.
I have a newfound respect for what you do out there
Shit
now.
on me one more time, I swear I'm quitting.
You keep threatening this, and I'm just waiting.
How are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Jack my car, my truck, and drive home?
I'll text
You're stuck
mama.
here.
I'll text my mom.
And what her text back will be like, deal with it.
Yeah. She'll be more brutal than
Yeah.
Dustin.
Yeah, she's the brutal one.
So
I learned it from watching her.
So the one thing that I had a blast.
You got to see the
I-
insides
yeah.
of the stadium.
Yeah, it was awesome.
You get to see the guts.
I have a newfound respect for what you do, and also the Cowboys organization. They're world class, man. That thing was high class.
So when
it was all
you're
cool,
like, okay, you
I
like
thought-
the Cowboys, but you do
I have some dismay,
dismay and
I'm
teeter
bitter.
totter on
I'm
them.
a little bitter sometimes.
But when you're in the inner environment, doesn't you throw all that away and you're just like, yeah, Cowboys, woo, I love this place.
I've never turned my back completely on the Cowboys ever. But
No.
I think my dad would literally Ed Kemper me if I did.
With your head?
He might.
Damn. Shit.
But
you ever seen your
I think
dad?
even Ed
kill
Kemper would be like, that's messed up, man.
God.
That's gonna be my new term, man. I got Ed Kempered. fuck.
So you
My Taco Bell order. It's all fucked up. They Ed Kempered me.
That's gonna be
Yeah.
your go-to adjective.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it was awesome. I had the one thing that was that I don't see how you do is run across the field back and forth before the game, because you're doing. I'll give a little insight on what you do. If you haven't told people enough, you do the dancers.
We haven't really talked about it.
You take pictures of the dancers and you take pictures of the drummers before the game. And then during the game,
and we walk each end of the stadium.
Yeah, you got to go to the party
times.
places.
We go to the east stage, back to the west stage.
Yeah.
Upstairs, back to the east stage, back to the west stage. That's the cycle.
Dude, I was a little hungover, huffing and puffing, and can we take? Okay, we're gonna take a break. No, keep going. And then you get to one end of the stadium, and you gotta be Mr. Cameraman and get good footage. You don't want to be a dildo the whole time.
I thought about not giving you water.
Man, I would have died.
You water,
yeah,
but I really thought about not giving you water.
I would have died. I probably would have quit for real. And that's the other thing that sucks. You see all these people drinking, and you're like, oh, I could just have a beer real quick, and what's it gonna? And then you got to think, my buddy could get his credentials taken away, so I don't want to do that.
Well, if you control it, you can do it in the game.
Well, that word you just said, control.
Control, yeah.
Normal people have a governor, a limiter. Not Matt.
Well, I try hard. I just get caught up in the festivities.
You do.
So, and the girls were nice. I thought they would be little snobbies and stuff. They weren't at all. They like to pose for the camera and hang out and be cool. I guess that's their job. So
you got to hang out most of the day.
I thought they'd be uber bitchy, and they weren't. They were like,
What'd you think about that scene in the DraftKings Club down low, where you're right behind the visitor bench?
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
And you didn't have any issues in there with
and if I
people
did,
drinking and being douchey and yelling?
There was a girl behind me that was there with her friends, and they were really friendly. They were really nice and stuff.
That's cool.
The girls had kind of a problem when we left. I think either at the half or at the end of the game, there was some people that wanted their pictures taken with them, but they handled it well. And then there was a guy, and also the dude. I thought that one area was NFL only. That little area right next to me where you had me. Dustin had me parked in the around the 50-yard line on the floor in front of the visiting club.
Yeah,
right?
Is that how to explain it? Yeah, it's there. If you're looking out, you're looking right at the back of their bench. And I think that end of the bench is where all the defensive players come down and hang out.
Yeah. Well, there's a little section that's right to the right of it if you're facing the field, and I thought that was NFL, but the guy that was running around security, the dude that you introduced me to when we first got there in their locker room, was he was like, man, you can go where. I was like, is it cool if I go here for one shot? Because I was trying to get a different angle of the girls. And he was like, man, you can go anywhere you want with that thing. He's like, don't worry about it. You got free range. And I was like, okay. And then I just stayed in there by myself. So.
And then the next thing you know, you're walking over to Jerry's elevator, hitting the button,
right?
Trying to get
a beer.
This is still cool, right?
Yeah, we're good.
I said anyway.
It's on.
I got the badge. It's
yeah.
all right.
Yeah. But did you get complaints about me?
No.
None of the girls were freaked out?
No. None of them felt uncomfortable.
That's good.
It's always a pleasure.
You were a gentleman in the locker room as they were doing their thing.
I was worried about that too, like accidentally looking the wrong way or something, and like seeing a boob out or something, and then my reaction. That's how my reaction would be. Whoa,
hey,
okay, cheerleader boob. You want to see my boob? But that didn't happen. It's a big enough locker room where you can stay in an area and you're not.
You didn't get all Kevin Spacey-esque.
No, I didn't. I was more hungry. I was more hungry than anything.
I think they're a little old and the wrong gender for that, though.
Yeah, and they're.
Thanks, Aiden.
That's true. And
you feel young, man.
The locker room didn't have any potted plants in it. So
no, I couldn't jack off in any plants.
Wait,
like what's his face?
Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, Weinstein. We're confusing our diddlers now.
Well, it's like they're trying to cover each other up.
Yeah,
I think they're trying to outdo each other.
You think?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're trying to.
Well,
we already lost everything. Let's go.
Actually, you have an interesting theory though that gets back to politics that has to do with one of them, if not both of them. And that's the Hillary thing.
The clit. That's
Whoa!
Stop. That's
Hillary Clinton thing? Did I say Clinton?
Yeah, my theory on that.
I thought I said Clinton.
Where's that porn star, dude? Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton. There's got to be one.
Definitely.
She's got a wrinkled mustache looking upper lip. Like all
Season 4
wrinkled.
of House of Cards.
It's what's her name that plays
Hillary
her on Saturday Night Live?
Spillery Clinton.
Ugh.
No,
it's
that's stupid. I like Hillary Clinton.
I forgot what my theory is. What is my theory? I need to
That's the
drink some
French
more
one.
so I can remember.
Hillary Clinton.
I don't remember my theory. It only comes out when I'm drunk.
Yeah, well, it's a good one. It's something it's about how they had to cover. They really do not want Hillary Clinton to run again.
So they're
The
attacking
Democrats.
everybody she's close to or
Yeah.
got big donations from.
Yeah,
That's
it has
what
to
was.
do on a dog eat dog scenario
Yeah.
with the Democrats. But anyway, getting back to the game.
I don't think they need to worry about that with all the news that came out this week about the DNC and how she.
Oh, about the lady, really her book.
Her book and how.
Yeah, you guys
damning it
keep
is
up
on
with
Clinton.
politics at all?
A little bit. It's kind of just disheartening.
Not really.
Yeah,
So
it
it's
is
like-
depressing.
Yeah.
All your songs will start sounding doomy, like more than they already do. You get all
Already
We,
working
we'll
that
just,
way
we just
anyway.
give up. We're like, fuck.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
sucks.
Fuck it. Let's go to Mexico.
Well, we've
Go
had
to Cozumel and just pass out.
It was 1 year ago today that we were doing our show, and Trump became president.
Was it?
Oh,
yeah, you're
1
right.
year ago today,
Oh man,
and
Huh.
we sat around. Who was in that night?
I don't know. Are we done with Cowboy game? Because we can talk a little current events real quick. Because I got a
I don't know.
question.
Do you have anything else to Cowboy game?
It was
Do you,
awesome. I want to say thank you.
Oh,
I want to
you're
say thank
welcome.
you to the girls and the dance. What are they called?
The
R&B
DCRB.
The DCRB. They were awesome to me. Everybody was
The
cool.
cheerleaders.
The whole staff, the Dallas Cowboys staff was cool. Dez, he was cool to us when we were walking with him. Him and old Terrence Williams.
Terrence Williams. You got to say, "What up, Dak?"
What up? What up, Dak? He's all business though. He had to go back and look at film, and that dude is intense.
What were you?
He's the real deal.
And, what's his name talking about?
Jason Lee, or not Jason Lee? Was it Sean Lee?
Yeah, what were you and Sean Lee talking about?
I didn't talk to him. He was getting he got held up for interviews, and you made me leave.
Who else was it? You were talking to somebody else.
Garrett came by.
Garrett did
I
come
didn't-
by. I thought that was going to end in
I
chaos.
thought I was going to come with a.
I think you were.
Kemper. Matt, I saw that cartel thing you posted a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
You think that's funny?
Yeah. I didn't even think about that at the time.
That's the thing I was worried about the whole time. I was like, all the shit,
5 feet from
dude, all the shit that I've talked about, all these
Uh-huh.
guys and the media guys, like all the we've given shit to all the sports stations, all the sports writers, all the fucking everyone on the coaching staff.
It did make me nervous. You
Was it-
walking pregame with me along the sidelines as we walked by.
Yeah, like
Babe
someone would take
Loffenberg
me out, man.
and Christy Sales.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, oh god.
or Aaron wasn't there, thank
No,
God, because
Aaron
then like,
wasn't there.
I see. You know my song and dance I like to sing when she's around.
I would have stayed. We would have walked the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt, we can't go this way. We got to go this way.
Yeah, but
What?
no, it was awesome. Thank you, Dallas Cowboys. Thank you, Dustin Schneider, and
We'll
thank
see if
you,
we can,
Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders and the RCB girls. Y'all are
Let's
awesome.
See if we can do this again down the road and see.
Yeah, I recommend it.
I got to go through all the footage you shot and see if it's any good or not.
It's not.
It's all just pointed at your crotch.
Yeah. So so getting on the while we were out there, the all hell broke loose in Sunderland. Sunderland, that's how you say it. Sunderland, Texas.
Sunderland, Texas. Did y'all hear about this? Sunderland
Yeah.
Springs.
Springs. Sunderland Springs. So
Did y'all hear about this before y'all played or anything?
I heard about
No.
it yesterday.
yesterday.
What happened?
Yeah.
man, I wish I could have my head in the sand like that.
It's nice.
Dude, it
You
is.
just
that
haven't
big.
seen anything on any, I guess, social
I don't-
media, and you're just not into that.
Usually when I'm at a show, I'm not on my phone or
Yeah.
anything.
Man,
You don't do last minute promotion?
Well, that's pretty much the extent of it.
That might
Just
explain
a
some
couple
things.
hours
but-
before, but
Yeah.
Well, that happened, around noon?
it was 11:20 something, but we were in that room with all the press.
We were in the
that's how
press
we
room.
found out.
Oh, yeah, with all the press,
someone
they
was-
get it
Yeah.
right then and there.
We were in the
he
break
heard someone
room.
overheard someone talking.
Is the NBC national guys were sitting there talking and being like, oh, there was a shooting, and they're all looking at their phones and stuff.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
In
Vegas
South
was
Texas.
crazy. And then it's like, oh, another one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then they started saying it was in San Antonio, and I was like, oh, shit. So we started looking, and
Yeah.
this Sunderland Springs came up.
So I mentioned this to you, And the more I think about it, the more I think I would have done this as the U.S. president. So he's on this trip overseas, trying to show his balls to the North Korean leader Kim Jong Un.
Yeah,
That's how you.
shitty steak.
Yeah, it's like
the worst
fucking-
steak you can get. With
Yeah.
tomato paste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's feeding the fish. I don't know if y'all saw that in Japan. He was feeding fish.
Well,
doing all these things.
Today he actually backtracked on a bunch of his North Korea stuff.
No,
Hatred.
not Donald Trump.
He actually backtracked.
No,
and
he
he's
made a
like,
mistake. Backtrack.
I heard he's a stand-up guy.
We need
He's
to
a
get
man of his word.
We need to get together and we need to sort this out.
Yeah.
We need to make sure things are good and clean and.
It's because
blah,
he's
blah, blah.
he's right there in the DMZ right now, and he could get taken out immediately.
He didn't take a trip up there like.
Oh yeah, I thought he was
previous
supposed
presidents.
to.
Yeah, can we
No,
just
he
have
said-
that? Like, just go ahead and let that happen.
He said he wasn't going to. Yeah.
That's the band Orcanaut.
Are
The
praying
band
for
Orcanaut.
a
Yeah,
president
go
or
to
the
Orcanaut.
The bassist
Orcanaut
from
at
Orcanaut.
gmail.com.
The bassist from Orcanaut.
is wanting a
Yeah, no one
presidential-
cares about the basis anyway, so I think I'm good.
So, but my thought is, what? Okay, you have this tragic event. You're the fucking president of the United States. You can do whatever the fuck you want, pretty much. I mean, who's going to tell him no? Why not just come back? You know what? If you would really care about people, and there's the problem, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
You just if I was the president, I would just say, you know what?
It's our tax
deal
money
with this.
paying for the fuel, so just
Right.
fly back and forth.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
no big deal.
And
Well,
after,
even
after
if-
he did such a good job in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
You know,
You think he would have
Tossing
learned
out
something
paper
from
towels.
these? Something,
That was
yeah.
awesome.
I'm
But-
helping everybody.
Yeah, why didn't he just come back? Is it just too much of a logistical nightmare to put all those people on hold? That
Probably so, because you gotta think about it. He's over there being a diplomat to a lot of those Eastern Asian countries, and probably trying to line up schedules is a pain in the ass.
yeah. So he's just like
They probably
it's
had
just-
all that
just
planned months.
You don't think
in
anywhere in his mind he was like, just another shooting
Probably.
in the U.S.
My question is, all these shootings that keep happening, we've had over the past few months.
Yeah.
Why are they always the most? The story is always the most.
Well, this one,
This is the most
Clickbait.
people shot in a
I've-
church.
And I've heard. Well,
Right.
it's
Narrow
not
it
the most.
down.
It's not the most. It's the most in modern ages. You know why? Because if they get back to where we were killing slaves and Indians, then that changes everything.
Well, what about the Spanish Inquisition?
And exactly, like right now, we
What
can.
about
We
the
have to throw in
Black
modern.
Plague?
We have to throw in modern because we can't be admitting that we're ruthless.
Still, anyway, it's like it's a fucking scoreboard and everything is the most ever.
Yeah.
It kind of eggs on the psychopaths to do another
Yeah,
one.
Yeah,
I've got to
exactly.
get one more.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, if I just
Like
get
there-
2 more
it's a
kills, it's
competitive
just
nerve.
like that game. Just like that game that you were talking about, the Rockstar game.
The state of emergency.
That's weird.
Yeah, they're going for a
Full
high
circle.
score.
Yeah.
Full circle.
You think but I don't know, man. You think they think about that stuff?
Absolutely.
They've
Wasn't there
got
a
to,
murderer
right?
that it was Pinkton that said, "Yeah, I went after 50 because I had to get fit. I didn't want to end it on 49. I had to get 50."
Yeah.
So I guess you're right.
You need a sociopathic killer who just sees people as numbers and just like, I'm just going to take them all out.
Yeah.
So have you heard stories about this dude?
The first thing that we heard, of course, was Antifa.
No.
Everybody was like, "Antifa, it's left wing Antifa."
Well, there was supposedly on his Facebook page.
Well,
he was
and they
with
also
an Antifa flag or some shit.
Antifa was also
They can
supposed
do that
to
after
wage
he dies.
jihad after, like
They
that was
closed
their week when
page.
wasn't it last week when Antifa was supposed to be waging civil war or something, like
Yeah,
one of their
it was
days.
on Saturday, this past Saturday. It was
So it was the
November
day before.
4th. Yeah, it was the day before. Is the day it was supposed to be civil war.
So that's
and-
why everyone jumped on that narrative right off the bat. Then
Yeah. But he, I guess it's come out that he was, of course, thrown out of the Air Force.
Yeah.
Got discharged.
God
and
damn it,
dishonorably
Josh.
discharged. And
Yeah, he was discharged because he beat the shit out of his wife or something.
And kid.
And the kid
Yeah,
had a
he
skull fracture.
Yeah,
Skull
fractured the kid's
fracture.
skull. That's right.
And then the paperwork wasn't filed correctly to keep him from buying weapons.
Yep, sure.
And so that's
So
how he
what's-
was
Sure.
able to buy this AR-15 because the Air Force did not file
The right paperwork.
the paperwork with the feds in
Yeah.
order to keep him off this non-gun purchasing list. And so he was able to buy a rifle. And the story I heard this morning was
It's easy to believe. The left hand of the government never knows what the right hand's doing.
he went through 450 rounds in that church.
That's what I heard.
outside
Yeah,
and
that's
inside.
insane.
450.
Yeah,
And
that's
someone chased
crazy.
him.
And
Yeah.
someone
Shot him,
shot him
too.
and chased him.
Oh,
Yeah.
they shot him?
Yeah, they
So-
shot him and then he crashed his car in a ditch.
Yeah.
They were saying this morning
that's right.
that there's so much damage in the church that it's unsalvageable.
Just looks like.
I would
Oh, really? They're
believe
gonna have
it.
to tear it down.
They're gonna have to tear it down.
I mean, and why? I mean, let's be honest. You want to
Yeah.
be back in that same building.
No, you wouldn't.
I mean, that's
And it's a
Well-
really small building too.
As we were talking on Sunday when this went down, there's a church here in Fort Worth that this has happened at,
Wedgwood.
Wedgwood Baptist, and I used to work down there by it all the time. Every time I drove by there, I got a creepy feeling. Like,
Yeah.
you just kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
where that happened.
I don't know, man. The
I got a creepy feeling when we went to the Branch Davidian
no,
compound.
you didn't. You thought it was funny because I
The
was
first
freaking
time
out.
I went. Now the second time when I took
when you took me, you were having fun with it. You're like,
I
I'm gonna
was.
get out, man. I'm gonna go over there and see what they got going on.
I'm
I
gonna
was
go
like,
in.
dude, you're gonna get me killed.
I'm gonna go in for a service.
Yeah, and it was an eerie part of the day, and you made me listen to that podcast on the left.
Last
the
podcast
one with
on the left.
the Jonestown one.
Oh, yeah.
And there's like babies crying and stuff.
Dude,
there's
yeah.
babies.
Did you actually hear the
crying.
recording?
Yeah,
the bonus.
full recording.
Yeah.
We heard.
God,
We
yeah,
were
stuff.
listening to the full recording as we pulled up.
Yeah, he
to
thought
the
it'd be
Branch
funny.
Davidian
That
compound.
is
That's
badass.
a good
That is
mindset.
actually
And then afterwards, he's like, "You want to get kolaches?"
Well, then they have that.
Hell yeah,
then they have
brother.
that new episode where apparently people are moving in behind, like on that property or whatever in Waco.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
no, there are
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, there's people like moving in back, like behind, like no.
Are they part of
trespassing
the,
signs or something like that?
No, they
It's-
reset up a church,
Yeah, that's
It's
there.
it's more of a like,
and they
isn't
have
it
a
just
service.
conspiracy theorists that are setting it up, or not so much.
It looked like the
cultists?
church. It looked like the church was just
The Branch
rebuilding.
Davidians are still there. It's still their property,
Okay.
and they
Yeah.
rebuilt the church, and they call themselves the New Branch Davidians. There's a memorial up front, right by the gate, and then there's some houses, and then you pull down a little further. There's some more houses, and then there's the church, and the
Yeah.
church sits 50 feet from the ruins
Yeah,
of the old building.
Jeez.
And those ruins are because it had that the basement area.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what you see. You see some bricks and cobblestones and stuff, and then
Yeah.
the basement area,
yeah.
and that's what's left. And
So the story on this guy though is that he was pissed at his in-laws.
that's what I'm hearing.
Like fuck, I've been
And he-
pissed at my
well,
in-laws. but
He thought the
damn.
in-laws were at the church.
Yeah.
So he wanted to kill them, and so that's what they were thinking. They were thinking that
That's
he
the-
didn't see them in there, but he
So
still
just-
shot it up, and so he was trying to leave to go find them to go back at their place.
God.
That's what I read.
Did you hear the youngest was 18 months?
That's
Was the kid, and the majority of them were children that
Yeah.
passed away, that got killed. The fucker.
One was a whole generation, or like, well, not a whole generation, like
Was it
5
seven?
generations of a family.
Yeah.
were all
Was it 8
taken
people
out.
in? Was it 8 people in one
Yeah,
family?
Yeah. It was something like that. It was
That's
5
serious.
Dude,
generations.
my dad. Okay, so my dad's pretty religious, and I think it was a Southern Baptist church, which my parents they go to Southern Baptist church too. My dad already. I'm thinking about getting a piece and just taking it to church now. I'm like, see, here we go.
That's the whole
Yeah.
Here we
problem.
go. Here we
Yeah.
go.
And they were talking on the news earlier that a lot of these Texas churches now there's a law where you can have armed security. You can rent armed security or something to be inside the building
Yeah.
or something like that.
They
Because you're
need
not supposed
to.
to take a gun to church or schools. That's what the 30-3 rule
But
is.
they're putting a clause in for people
you
to
can
have.
have armed security.
I wouldn't. I would.
Mm.
I thought-
450 rounds and there's one
Nah.
or two guys at your door. What's that going to do?
nothing.
A guy
It
is
might deter him though.
I mean-
It might. The guy might be like, okay, I have to take out these guys. You're right. I don't know. It might not do anything.
And
but
you're scoping these guys out, and they're like, okay, they have handguns that are on their waist. I'm walking up and just done.
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, and they've
Yeah.
and they've been there for week after week with nothing happening.
Yeah,
it's
and
really
I think
kinda
they're
gonna be
just
like,
nothing
"Oh,
happened."
Complacent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
totally
you-
complacent.
So did you hear what the NRA immediately came and I believe Trump said it too is well they would have all been killed if we didn't have someone that had guns because there was an NRA member that was one of the
Yeah.
guys that shot him.
That was across the
Yeah, he
street.
wasn't even
was
at the church.
outside.
Yeah.
He wasn't at church.
Yeah.
He was already inside of the church whenever he
Yeah.
had his gun.
When
Yeah.
the guy came out, whoever did the shooting, when the guy came out, that's when the guy across the street shot him as he was going back to his car to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand the thing that's bugs me a lot. It's just like the Vegas shooting. I don't like now that these fucktards are targeting things that people are passionate about. Like, okay, you fucking hate the military and because of what we're doing in Iraq or whatever your fucking thing is, and you go to try to take it out on a military base. Okay, still fucked up, but at least you're trying to do something for your cause, and it makes kind of sense a little bit. But this whole going to churches and music events, and
if you're pissed at your in-laws, just go shoot them at their house.
just fucking off yourself.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah, please.
Yes.
That's all. Just do that.
Do the first thing. Yeah.
Take care of yourself first.
Yeah. You know what? You can get all the rest of them in the afterlife. You can haunt them.
But as you're watching your Mindhunter show, that's not how they think. They want
don't
revenge.
think like
They see themselves as superior.
They want
Alpha, yeah.
And
Apex.
they want to what's the word? They want to belittle them.
Yeah.
They want to be
Sometimes.
able to be
The serial
powerful
killers.
over them. Yeah. Well, what? That's a serial killing he
mass
just
murder.
did.
Yeah.
That's a spree.
It's a mass murder.
Oh,
They say there's a difference, apparently.
There are differences, but it's like
Apparently.
you're still killing people.
There's so much sketchy shit that was happening on with the Vegas shooting.
There still is, man.
Like,
Like
the
you-
phone videos of like two
Yeah.
muzzle blasts from not that floor. I was like,
Yeah.
you know, I take it with a grain of salt. Everything, even
The
mainly
conspiracy
the
theories.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
even the news, I take it as conspiracy theory.
It is. They're all chasing their own narratives.
Yeah, and how are they gonna
They
know
make their own
2 hours
narratives.
after it happened or while it's
Yeah.
still happening? It just doesn't seem
Well,
to connect.
the thing that's really disturbing to me about and I haven't read on the Vegas shooting in probably a week or two, is when they let that cat, the superhero, the one that so many people have questions about, that Campos, wasn't that his last name? The security guard. They let him leave the country.
What?
Yeah, he left the country. He's still getting first of all, he was on Ellen DeGeneres, which is weird because I thought he was injured really bad. Like they said he couldn't walk. I thought, but he's on their show.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, none of it makes sense.
And he said that was going to be his only interview, and it
And
was
then
all
on
spoon-fed.
Ellen.
The interview was spoon-fed.
How weird
You
is
know
it to be on Ellen? Too?
You know what that theory is, right?
What?
She has a big deal with partnership with the Bellagio because she has a lot of her own machines in there, her Ellen-themed machines.
You got to be kidding me.
Or not the Bellagio, the
What are you doing?
Mandalay Bay. At Mandalay Bay.
You've got to be kidding me.
So that's how she got it. Yeah.
Wow, that's fucked up.
Yeah,
Isn't she supposed
you
to be
think?
a good person for her to exploit?
Come on.
Well, I think we learned this
tap the
past
brakes
2 weeks that everyone in Hollywood's fucked.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
And the thing is, all the common folk like us have known it all along. I mean,
Yeah, but it's conspiracy theory until it
until it actually happened.
Yeah.
Like the NSA was like, "Oh, you're just a tinfoil hat guy," and then it actually comes out, and you're like, "Oh shit!
Mhm.
All right, well, what else is going on?"
Who kn- man, it's scary.
I'd just try not to think about it.
I
You know,
Yeah.
know. You just keep on moving along.
like
man.
I like to play music and make.
I make light of the whole, like I said, head in the sand, but it's not. That's just it's coping. It's getting by, and like
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I obsess on the shit too much. Like you can ask Ulrich, I watch news way too much. It's always fucking.
That's
can't
all
for my
you
own
ever
sanity.
watch.
And and I can't just watch like Fox. Then I have to change it to CNN to see what they're saying because I want to know both sides. I want
It's
to see
good.
both sides.
That's good to see it that way
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
just be like, "No, they're right."
But all it makes me think is that we're about to have a civil war. That's
Well,
all it makes me
that's,
think.
that's been going on since
The Nixon
news was
administration.
happening.
I had a theory that I told
Yeah,
my dad.
Nixon
He thought
too.
I was crazy, but remember the hanging Chad, the George Bush
Yeah.
and Al Gore. I said, Dad, there's going to be a civil war in our country pretty soon because of this. This is getting out of hand.
I was in the recording studio that night up at
The
Indian
hanging Chad.
Trails.
Oh, the night of the election.
Yeah, at Alex Gurr's
The
place.
hanging Chad. I was in Denton, drunk.
We were recording, and we were up there till like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
recording and watching the damn results going, who's our president? What the hell?
It wasn't known for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was
Who's
crazy.
Chad?
I still
Yeah,
think
who's
that
Chad?
today.
Who's this
Like,
Chad
Who's
guy?
Chad? He sounds like an
Why is it?
old
What's he
Chad.
hanging on to, man?
Yeah, come on. Now.
Let go, Chad. Yep. So yeah, that sucked. That was the biggest damper about Sunday was the shooting, and
And I want to repeat my theory. I've had to say it to a couple of people since this has happened. Is like everybody's like, well, what can we do? You know, why are these guys with mental issues able to get these firearms and blah blah blah?
I have an AR.
And ladies and gentlemen, I rest my case.
I teed it up. I softball tossed it.
I have one also.
Ladies and
some
gentlemen.
other stuff. I have a bunch of other stuff in the safe, but the I'm all for that. If you're going to go buy a high capacity style rifle, not an assault rifle, because I can change the furniture on my AR and it will look like a wood grain hunting rifle. It's no big deal. It's just the way it looks. But
Can't
if
you get an upper receiver and just make your own gun? Pretty much, your upper and lower. Like you don't have to have.
No, you can build your own out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So my
and that's
feeling
without a background.
is that if they're going to do background checks, I think they should. If you're going to buy a gun like that, you should forfeit your HIPAA law rights.
Right.
And they should be able to go into your full medical background.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And see what's going on.
That's the main thing.
If your past as far as it goes with medication, mental health medication, and going to a psychologist.
So they're gonna
psychiatrist.
So what would be the limit then? Like, oh, you took Lexapro, you took Adderall, you took this, you took that. You can't have one. Like, what
That's
would be the
thing, is
indicator?
you're gonna have an issue with that. That's gonna be the argument: is what is the cutoff and who gets to be the judge of this?
Who? Yeah.
And
you have the undiagnosed, the people that can't afford any kind of health care that are never on anything.
Well, a lot of these people that are undiagnosed, let's be honest,
going to find a way.
They may not be able to afford a gun like that because a lot of those that are undiagnosed are either homeless or
I don't know, man. You're
on welfare, lower.
I bet you there's more enveloped in our society than you think.
There
I know a lot of
probably are,
cultures
but I'm
don't
going by
even.
just numbers. I'm going by the majority.
Yeah.
You know, there's going to be, no matter what you do, there's going to be one or two that slip through the cracks of everything. Right. But no matter what, where there's a will, there's a way. If someone wants to do something, they're going to get it. You know, you've got these countries that have banned all sorts of weapons. England.
Still going to happen.
Yeah.
People got them.
Yep.
France, people got them.
At a lower rate that happens here, though. That's the whole thing.
It is a lower rate, but there's
it's usually directly terrorists.
Yeah.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
I think it should be kind of like how we view like driver's license. Like, yeah, there are people without license that still drive, but there should be some sort of test to where you can own this kind of gun.
But the only way you
could
could
concealed license
the
test,
problem
you
is
have to go shoot.
Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah. Well,
you could go shoot.
But I mean, like,
but that's
even
the thing,
like
though.
to check
Think about the only way you could do that would be so invasive, though. If you,
I mean, Facebook's already
But
invasive.
I'm sorry,
Well,
if
I
you're
mean-
gonna have a lethal weapon though, like
an extended mag, like a high capacity round.
Yeah, you
you
should-
I'm sorry, but you might have to forfeit your rights a little bit to be able to own that.
And
I'm sorry.
If
'cause
you get
there's no
something
real
that
reason for
if
it.
you get something that requires a stamp,
The driver's license thing, though, is what I'm saying. Though, if you did that, if you had like, that's just very like, what would they do if, let's say, you had to have an AR license or any kind of rifle, high capacity? If you buy a magazine that's high capacity, you had to have a license or something. So, how are they gonna enforce that? How are they gonna be like, I hear Joe Blow down there he showed me his round, like his high capacity round. So you're just gonna bust into someone's house and be like, hey, where's the guns? Where's your rounds?
no, in order to
See this?
purchase it or
No, we're
acquire
talking
it.
about after the point, though.
What now? No, it's going to be like the ban on automatic weapons back in early Clinton administration.
So you would do
You're
something
gonna
like
have
the-
to anything that was past this or previous to a certain point.
Yeah, backdate it.
Is
It's always
excluded.
grandfather
It's from
laws.
here on.
So everything. So you're not.
So if you get a pre-gun ban, like you can still buy them these days. You can still buy a pre-gun ban
Mhm.
automatic weapon.
Right.
They're expensive as shit.
Yeah, like $17,000, aren't they?
More.
Oh, I thought it was.
I know someone that bought a Tommy gun for
We need to have him back in,
$40,000.
actually.
Tommy gun?
Yeah, a
we need
real.
to-
That
hey,
sounds like a collector, though.
Yeah, he is a collector.
Right.
with these shootings and
that's-
stuff, we
that
need to
makes
have him
sense.
back in. That person you're talking about.
No, that's
I
not
think.
the person that bought it.
Well, let's have him too.
Okay, we can
Or
do that.
her.
Well, that person that runs that and does that. I'm not going to say any name, but they're very popular here locally. They may distribute alcohol.
What?
Yeah, they may be a big distributor of alcohol around here. Beer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey.
Yes. There you go.
Weinstein?
No.
I just don't know. The HIPAA thing sounds like it's good in theory, and the whole having a license and stuff, that's all good in theory, but how are you going to ever...
You're not going to be able to do it on people that own stuff now,
would you
but
start
from here on out.
What do you think about the Australian thing?
What? Turn them all in?
Yeah.
And we're going to burn
That'd
them?
be a civil war, don't you think?
You can't do that here.
In Australia, was it in the 90s? They had a...
You can't do that here.
It'd be civil war. That'd be chaos.
Yeah. And
right.
You can't...
It'd
If
be
the
a lot of
cops...
Texans shooting at authorities and then military killing them.
And the authorities aren't going to go door to door because the authorities want to be able to keep their guns too.
Yeah.
The authorities don't want to go to the door of that motherfucker.
That's true.
I wouldn't go fucking door
You
to
want
door.
to take my guns? Come and get them. Like,
But
I mean,
in order
come
to
on.
get anything that requires an FFL, you got to go get a stamp. And the stamp costs a shit ton of money, and it's a timely process. And they go through everything of yours. So if you want a suppressor, if you want to change your rifle to a short barrel rifle or a short barrel gun,
yeah,
you have to go get all these different stamps. If you want a certain collapsible stock, you have to go get a stamp, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
If you're going to go that route, maybe put all guns that way. You have to go through this lengthy process, and it's going to cost you an extra $300 to $400 to be able to purchase this.
For the modifications.
No, for the rifle, period. That's what I'm saying.
But where you're going to get your pushback is all these lobbyists and NRA people, like all these gun manufacturers that are making so much money right now. You're gonna kill an industry, but I guess it's worth it.
You're not
right?
killing it. You're not going to kill that industry.
No,
there's no way to kill that industry.
There's no
You're
way.
not going to kill that industry.
All right, I guess you're right.
I think it's more about a matter of like a not necessarily like a gun test and how much money you can have to buy a certain kind of gun. Because like what you were getting on, you can just bust into someone's house or know someone that has it and take it.
Yeah.
Because like the dude in Aurora, he was mentally like not there, but his mother had guns.
It kind of feels like we're at a
Cape
point
Town,
of no return, doesn't it? It seems like we're at a point of no return.
The kid.
Well, I mean, it's always been that way. I mean, return to what?
To no shootings every other week.
Yeah, I mean, also we're in a time of it seems that way because we have instant media. We know when things happen.
Yeah.
If you look back 20 years ago, you didn't.
The
you weren't
media
reading about
coverage is
that.
perpetuating it so
It's
much.
true.
Worse.
That's
it's making
true.
it seem, but crime's actually gone down.
They need to have a delay on social media. Like you need to. The worst time to get on social media, and you see people do it all the time. Your friends and stuff immediately like,
is when Walking Dead is on, and they do all that.
Is Daryl alive?
All the spoilers.
And
That's-
Game of Thrones.
That's
same thing.
example A. But example B is when you're pissed off at someone in your family or friends or something. You don't fucking get on. Like you see those people. Like I know you all have one in mind that you know of that goes on and puts all their drama, her drama, his drama.
Immediate unfriend. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to see your problems.
But that's probably what's that's what's pushing the. Like I could see the fact that you can immediately go on Facebook and say all these terrible things about a certain race, gender, or color, or anything, religion. That's kind of the problem. But you can't be censoring the internet. I mean, no one wants to censor social media.
I mean, would you rather that or have someone standing at the, end of a corner and just start spouting off like racist bullshit,
Like they do in New York City?
or like they do in Denton?
Yeah, in Denton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they still? By the way, do they still have that little area of free speech?
Yeah.
Right. What used to be catty corner to Rick's.
It's
Or they moved
right.
it?
Right now, it's across the street from Hooligans.
Yeah.
And you got the Flat Earthers on Friday.
We saw this happen.
Yeah.
I saw it all the
there,
time when I went to school
for
there.
the Dewfort show. We saw
Yeah.
a guy up there just screaming all sorts
Yeah.
of shit.
It's interesting.
Whores,
but, I mean,
you are a whore.
Let them speak because they're just wasting their time.
Yeah. So I wonder if we're just going to get conditioned pretty soon like all of us probably are. Like when I see someone popping off on Facebook, it's immediately like just keep scrolling.
Yeah.
Or Instagram, anything. Yeah. I don't want to hear the shit.
Yeah.
Just like, sorry about you, man.
So I wonder if that's just the way it's going to end up being. We're just going to get desensitized to these nut jobs that think they have to impose their thoughts, their grand thoughts.
But here's the other thing too. If you don't give that a platform to stand on initially, if you're not paying attention to it, if you're not reacting to it, that's not what that person wants as a reaction to what they're trying to get off their chest or whatever. So I feel like you're actually doing a little bit of service by just saying, okay, I'm not going to pay attention to your shit anymore. I'm not going to follow you. Let me unfriend you, unfollow, whatever. I'm not your Twitter follower anymore or whatever. Yeah. I think that takes a lot of wind out of their sails because what they're looking for is that extra boosted attention. So by not acknowledging it, it's like, shut the fuck up and go pout in the corner like you should.
And the people that do respond to that are the ones that are also looking for attention or just looking for a fight. So they get it out. They get that frustration out.
He's had his life threatened.
Several times.
Yeah, I was going to say, really?
I was sitting there thinking, which time? We've had this show threatened.
When you play Call of Duty, right? How many times have you gotten your life threatened on Call of Duty?
How many dudes? Oh, you know how many times?
That's me, dude. That's me. I ask every time I'm playing with
kids that are lining up to fuck my mom.
Every time we play together, turn the speaker on. Let me say something to him. Because I'm just pissed. And it's going to be, now it's going to be, I'm going to Ed Kemper your mom, you fucker.
And they'd have no idea. They'd be
like who's Ed?
Yeah. But another thing, I think I interrupted you when you were saying this, is the media does have some blood on their hands. If they would calm the fuck down on a lot of this negative rhetoric.
If it's sweep,
they need that. Full on.
Yeah.
Negativity, it always sells.
Yeah, it's like violence and
you have to sensationalize everything.
That's why Nancy Grace was.
And that's why everything is the high score thing that we were talking about earlier.
Same thing. Yeah.
It's because they're just looking for the ratings. They just want you to pay attention to their newscast.
I mean,
that's the saddest part.
That's what's going to happen. Is it's going to wind up to a point to where they say it's the most people killed inside of a 50-foot enclosure that has concrete
stats,
cinder block walls and tile floors
with central air and heating.
I see
what you're taking it to an extreme, but I could definitely see
in the middle of it. And
you're right. There's going to be a report. It's like the highest amount of people ever killed with a deer rifle, or a like a revolver or an axe or whatever. Like
it's going to be seriously turning into a video game.
Where it's, seriously, you're keeping stats almost like Fox Sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
ESPN 8, the Ocho.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't have all the answers, but
I love this world.
Here's what we should do.
Got plenty of questions.
Let's start the JJTM News Network. Kind of like
what the fuck?
It's good.
Kind of like the one Alex Jones down in Austin, except ours.
Yeah, why is that?
Good?
Why is that?
Let's see.
No.
Yeah, it's going over there. Yeah, I see it.
Oh, well, there's still a buzz.
There's a buzz.
Buzz.
It was when you got down, something hit something.
Who the fuck knows?
I think it's prime time for a smoke break.
Yeah.
It might be this. This is cord.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, we'll come back and be positive.
Stop fucking with shit over there. That's expensive fucking shit.
I didn't do nothing.
God damn.
Y'all want to take a break now?
Hanging out with my sister's kids. And she doesn't even have kids.
What? It's your pod brother's kid.
Oh, fuck. All right. Yeah, I was going to I thought we could do this press release real quick.
The spectacle?
Yeah.
Oh, is that?
Oh.
And then we'll go to the press release, then we'll play the song they sent us. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about it.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right. So, are you going to read it now? Can you do that?
He's probably shell shocked from you yelling at him on the show, dude.
Jesus Christ!
You want me to read it?
No, fuck you.
Well, he's got it. He's got it. He's got it.
Read it with emphasis.
Read it like you're pissed at Dustin.
Yes, that's what I want.
Where is it anyway?
I don't want this little voice over there doing this. God damn it, read it. There you go.
Where is it? I
Don't
gotta find it.
Don't do it in Justin Bieber voice. Do it in normal voice.
Read it yourself then.
It's in there. It's in the...
For immediate release, November... Oh my gosh.
Christ.
What the goddamn fuck?
Just leave it alone. Everything's rolling now.
All right.
Yeah,
Just
it
don't drop
sounds
that
good.
fucking laptop.
On November 1st, 2017, for immediate release, The Spectacle announces new bass player.
Oh.
So Mike, I'm just gonna say Mike D because I don't know how to pronounce his last name. DeQuiznio? DeQuiznio? Like the old sandwiches?
Yeah.
Quiznos?
Yeah, like Quiznos.
De Quiznos?
DeQuiznos.
DeQuinzio. Right? Mike D has been such a fan and...
Such a fan.
Yeah. Oh, such a fun and hardworking bass player performing with us for the last year and a half. Unfortunately, he will be leaving us and pursuing a career in erotic pastries.
What?
Oh, and muffins. He's
Okay.
going to be deeply missed, but the world of baking has received a superhero. Has he been he's gone to heaven?
Yeah, because he's
Wait,
doing
can I-
erotic pastries.
Is this for?
This is-
yeah,
this
the
is for
actual,
real.
You're reading this off the...
He's not really going to pursue a career in erotic pastries.
Okay.
These last two
That's
Halloween
crazy.
shows were his last as a spectacite.
But I'm worried about that.
The spectacite?
Shouldn't it be a barnacle boy?
I don't know, but now I want to start a band called the Spectacite and cover spectacle songs. So, but the show must go on, of course, and we have found some spare dude that plays bass by the name of Dustin Schneider. You might have heard of him. You might have heard his name before as part of the award-winning and most listened to podcast in North Texas. Bullshit. The Jerry Jonestown Massacre.
Fluff piece. Not
piece.
now. Our shit gets keep knocked
Supposedly,
off the air.
he owns a bass guitar and he knows how to somewhat play it.
I own one.
Okay. That last part's debatable. So he will be taking on the duties of the low-end provider. Unless he fucks up, then we will kill him and refine his blood for petroleum.
Wonderful.
We can turn your blood into petroleum? So I could
With
make money off you?
All I drink.
So mark your calendars and
Gotta
come
be able to run a
out to our
lawnmower.
next show on December 15th at the Abbey Underground in Denton, Texas. And I'm assuming that's going to be your premiere show.
It is, and I recommend not coming out to that show. Let me get one or two under my belt first.
Yeah.
Who else is on the...
Yeah, who else is playing that? Is that the brutality?
Well, first,
brutality
I
of
don't
the
know
Queen?
who it is.
Congratulations.
Well,
Yeah, man.
thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank
that's
you.
my birthday, so I'll be
Is
there.
it really?
Yeah, so
All
don't
right.
fuck up, dude.
Let's get drunk. And then I'll play.
Okay.
Deal.
Not a problem.
That'll make it easy.
Can do.
That's real easy.
You know what? Let
Done
me think
and
about
done.
that. Yes.
When you put it that way.
Yeah.
Well, I already had plans to get drunk, but I guess I can just relocate.
Yeah, I'm getting shit hammered. So
I do want to know or say that this has
Nice.
been the nicest transfer into a band because they have all these how-to videos that Josh had made that Josh had given to Mike.
Oh, really?
And then
They just
Mike
passed
sent
them to
to
you?
me.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's what's up.
So there's all these like, here's how I play this. Here's how I play that. Here's how I play this. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, neat.
That's so easy.
Really, really easy. It's pretty interesting.
So today, I'm trying to get in the studio with Josh for the other band that I'm in, and you immediately said, "Or so are we going?" You referred to the Spectacle to get ready for the show. Is that how things are going to go now with my projects? I have to be like, I'm still the minor league.
Yeah,
You're the big ship in the water now. I have to yield to you.
Let's see.
And Spectacle.
Drag the Ocean hasn't played a show yet,
And at this rate, we never will.
and the album count is 4-0.
Yeah. So okay, so that's how it is. That's how it's going to be.
No, that's not how it is. No,
because you made it seem like that.
No. I was joking with Dave because Dave said he was going to come over tomorrow anyway, so we could
So you
work
can
through
double
some
dip?
stuff, and we could double dip.
Okay, I just need to know if
If
me and
that
Josh need to
makes-
move out.
No, not yet. That may be coming though for other reasons.
Yeah. Well, we talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, we talked about that, but I'm not too worried about it because nothing happened this weekend. So,
well, that's cool, man. Are you nervous? I think you're going to be fine.
No.
I'm actually looking forward to the
Am I
spectacle with you
nervous?
playing. Huh?
There's Dave on one side and Peter on the other. All I have to do is, if I fuck up, is disappear into the darkness.
Just leave them on the stage?
Back by Andy. And be like, okay, listen to them, and I'll just turn myself down a little bit on songs I don't know that well. That's all you got to do.
See if the sound guy does you any favors and doesn't just crank the DI volume.
That's what I was like. Don't DI me.
The thing is, though, I have a feeling that you're going to change your sound a little bit. Not at first. I'm sure you're just going to learn their music and do what they say. But the
first time we get together in the big studio, I'm going in there and laying down the law.
You're like
that they need to change.
I need a lot of fuzz and a lot of sound in your sound now.
They need to go in and change their sound and completely change the band up and become more pop sensible, so we can become
Jesse Fry like
more selling to a bigger market.
Yeah. I think that's exactly how you should approach it.
I kind of forgot how much we ragged on that last time we were
Did we?
Yeah.
Don't
bring it up.
I'm not.
Like, if we did something bad, don't bring it up.
I didn't name
Do we need to go back?
I need
to revisit?
Maybe that's what we'll do.
No, we don't.
No, do not revisit that shit.
So we're gonna play y'all's track.
Yes, y'all send us a track.
Gray God.
Yeah, can we preface
cool?
that this is not mastered yet?
It's not mastered.
If you don't want us to play it, we won't.
No. It's
That's
completely raw.
Raw,
and,
unmastered. So what's the background of this leading into it?
It's a single off of.
It's about the
what
Cowboys.
will be potentially an upcoming album. So
okay,
yeah.
Y'all record it by itself, or did y'all?
no,
y'all already record a whole album and.
Yeah, we went ahead. We were gonna shop around for studios this time around, do something a little bit different. And the guy that runs sound for us at Andy's all the time, Kevin Sellers, always makes us sound awesome. He overheard us talking about, thinking about getting ready for the album.
I went right to him and I heard that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had a home studio, and I was like, "Dude, are you set up to record a band right now?" He was like, "Are you looking for one?" I was like, "Yeah." I mean, we were shopping around, but he's like, "Dude, I'd love to record you guys." And we're like, "Dude, we'd love to record with you. You make us sound amazing on stage."
Yeah.
And he knows our music. He knows the way we want to sound. And so recording with him, what was that? 2 days?
It was 3. It was 3 days of
days,
recording.
yeah.
I mean, it was all like after work for maybe a 4 or 5 hour period.
Yeah.
And it was just really fun because he is super about it. He's really into making the mix sound good and everything, and
and experimenting.
Yeah, experimenting with the space that we had available to us. We had a great time.
So he's got his own space now set up and good gear and everything, and his rolling.
Amazing gear for like it's just out of his
it's
house.
a home studio, but it's really good.
Nice.
Yeah, like we recorded vocals in the attic, and you can clap in there, and there's none no echo or anything. Yeah, and like we set up like room mics in the kitchen because it was like all tile and like glass on the cabinets, and so we're like, that could sound cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty much how we recorded everything. It was like, that could sound cool.
Yeah, let's set
Yeah.
up
Kinda
more
DIY.
mics than we need, and
Yeah.
see what we like out of it. And it turned out pretty cool. So
That's awesome,
Nice.
man.
Well, let's take a listen to it, and then we'll come back and we'll break it down, measure by measure.
awesome.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll be right back. Here it is. Great God.
Actually, haven't heard this bounce yet.
Me either.
Uh-oh.
only thing that I
Uh-oh.
heard on it was
I hope it's good.
the one you couldn't hear the drums. The drums aren't up much on this mix.
You couldn't hear them on your laptop speaker.
On the laptop?
Yeah. In my headphones, they sounded great.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah.
I was hanging out with him.
He's been working
last night. We played darts together, and he was telling me he turned up the drums on this bounce, and then like listened to it in his car for the first time. And he's like, "Dude, in the car it sounds like the mastering
Really good.
Yeah, he said the mastering will just like totally polish it up."
We'll take a break and then go pee-pee or drink or smoke or whatever. We'll come back. We'll listen to it again through the headphones, and then we'll break it down.
Cool, man.
All right, let me see what all fucked up over here. Gonna try. It's because of these. Yeah, too short. And that's what the cord's not the same length as that other one. Those other pairs are super long. I can't break this though. Shit.
shit.